So morning, my lovely yogis. Enjoying being on your mats. Do you welcome yourself to your mat or to your place where you do yoga? It is really quite lovely to do that, to just enjoy being in your little sacred space. Because it is these four corners and this hour that you have on here, it's very personal to you in so many ways, not just in improving your physicality, but in connecting with yourself, your emotional self, your mental self, and even that spiritual self that we have. So it is really lovely just to sort of welcome yourself here. In a lying position or a seated position, whichever you prefer to start in. And just checking in with who you are today. How are you feeling on all levels? Where do you need to be more nurturing? Where do you feel that you need to create a bit more space in your body and stretch? Where is your energy? If you're a battery, are you needing to be plugged in and charged, or are you half charged, or are you fully charged? Notice how you slept last night, whether it was a lovely, deep, nourishing sleep, or whether it was restless. Often this will affect our energy the following day. How does your digestion feel at the moment? Are you balanced, or do you notice that you're out of balance? How does the energy feel around your head? Is it heavy or is it light? Or quite balanced in the middle? Does your heart feel heavy? Does your heart feel light and open? Where does compassion sit with you today? Or are you feeling quite closed and needing to nurture inward? And as I run through these things, you can probably in your mind start to direct your thoughts to parts of the body, the chakras. How's your motivation and your get up and go? Your confidence linked with your solar plexus. Yoga means union. Union with your divine spark, with the universal energy. To know thyself is what we're doing on the mat. Through the practice of the asana, the postures, is one very small part of the yogic journey. But it is a part that prepares the body to be fit enough to sit for long periods in meditation. This is what Hatha, the Rajic path, is for, to meditate, to transcend the self that we know day to day, to understand the higher self and union with the divine. So a little bit about really why we're on our mat this morning. Have a moment to root down, glance through your chakras, and then I'm going to join you for a warm-up. We will warm up Pawamuktasana 1, our normal anti-rheumatic warm-up, and then go into Pawamuktasana 3, which is a lovely energetic warm-up as well. So joining me lying down if you were seated, and then on your next inhale taking your right arm up and over and just feeling into the body, understanding how you're feeling today. Flex your foot, toes are lifted, push into the heel, and then just starting to lower the leg down, lifting the arm up, and you can feel that space we create around the waist. Making this side longer than the other side. Point your toes now. And just feel this lovely stretch. Exhale when you're ready, bring the arm down. Palms up for a moment. And then other side. left side. Flexing the foot. And then just extending this side so it's longer than the right. And then pointing toes. And just noticing anything that you feel. Exhale, arm down. Just a moment in Shavasana. And then both arms over as we inhale. Just let the chin tuck in a little, lengthen through the back of the neck and the whole spine, and then flex the feet and point the toes and flex again. Moving your feet backwards and forwards. Reaching up into the arms, stretching the fingers. And then exhale, arms coming down. Just down to your side again. Bringing the right knee into your chest now. Hands around the shin. And a deep breath. Exhale, coming up. And just looking between the legs, hold the breath out for a moment. Inhale when you're ready to come down. So these movements are familiar each week. And how do they feel today? Left leg, deep breath. Exhale up. It's a nice, consistent exploration of the body. Inhale down. And then both knees in. Deep breath again. Belly up to chest. Exhale. Coming up, squeeze all the air out. Pausing with the breath out. And then inhale, coming down. Have a moment to rock. And as you rock, feeling how your upper back feels, middle back, lower back, as you roll maybe a few times. Enjoying your body. And then we'll take the hands and feet up into the air. Stretching fingers, stretching toes. And then opening and closing, making fists with the thumbs in and then the thumbs out. Wiggling your toes. And then flexing at the wrists and ankles, backwards and forwards. Pausing, just enjoy how it feels with the palms facing up and then the palms facing down, that lovely stretch over and under the wrists. And then we'll start to rotate a few times each direction. Hearing all the clicks. And then let the arms come down to the side of the body. We'll start to just cycle. Here you may just gently engage into the core, supporting this movement. And then reversing your cycle. Okay, left foot down, right leg still raised, and then big circles. Trying to keep your body on the mat. Notice if you do start to rock. And then the other direction a few times. Swapping legs, so left leg now. And as we do these very familiar movements, notice if anything feels different. Different from how you presume it will feel. So a few times each way. Lovely. Draw the knees in for a moment. Just relax the belly and back. And have another rock. And then we'll come up to seated. Just to do the upper body. Come onto your cushion if you wish. I always prefer to if I'm just seated for a little while. Just take the arms out in front of you. We'll just work the elbows. And then the shoulders. A few times in each direction. And then we'll come back to the head. So just resting your hands Chin mudra. Taking the head, chin down, and then chin up. Coming back to centre, we'll tilt the head right. Pause a moment, and then over to the left. Pausing just to acknowledge the feeling. Coming to centre, and then looking over the right shoulder. And then left. Trying to keep the shoulders level. Come back to centre. And then just chin down and a full rotation each way. Taking the head all the way round. Nice big rotation. And then the other direction. Come back to centre. We'll work the eyes, which is always another lovely one to include. Take your right thumb out. Trying to keep your head level. You can rest your hand on your chin if you want to. Take the thumb up. Just moving the eyes, not the head. Thumb comes all the way round like it's doing a semicircle. Keep your thumb in your vision. Coming down. And then swap thumbs, bring your left thumb in front of you. And again, try not to move the head, just the eyes. Just circle upwards to where we started and then bring the thumb down to centre. Lovely. Just one little movement into a circle and you can really feel that in your eyes. Okay, I'd like to return to Pawamuktasana 3. It's a lovely, energetic series of movements with some really good names that you'll remember. One is called pulling the rope. So we just allow our legs to extend out in front of us. Again, always just walk the pads of the buttocks out so your sit bones feel connected to the mat. If you're right-handed, you'll usually lead with your right hand. So we'll take the arm up. We'll exhale when we bring the arm down and inhale on the one up. So we're going to alternate. So it's going to be this sort of movement. So take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. And relax. I don't know how many that is, and whenever you do it yourself at home, you can just do it however long just feels necessary. And we're going to come into a dynamic twist. Now, what I would advise, if anyone has got any back issues, either do this very slowly or avoid it, and maybe just do a little twist that you're used to. We take the legs out. And then the movement that we're going to be working into is bringing the hand to the opposite foot. Okay, so it's a little bit like that. Don't worry, it hasn't got to be a perfect movement. So let's start with the arms out. And exhale as you bring right hand to left foot. Inhale up and other side. So start doing it slowly. You might be able to hear my breath. You can breathe deeply. And when you end with your right hand to your left foot, just come back to the beginning position. Churning the mill is next. So keeping your legs in that same sort of position. This is sort of like you're stirring a very big pot. Okay, so we exhale forwards and we inhale coming back. So you can just hold your hands together like a little clasp, perhaps even. Okay, and then we'll go clockwise and then we'll do a few the other directions. So inhale forward, exhale back. And the other way. And then coming back to a nice stillness. And you can go at whatever speed or slowness that you want to with this. I'm going to turn sideways now. This next one's called rowing the boat. So a little bit like a rowing machine. Again, anyone with lower back issues, be very gentle, don't come back too much. But you can hold on to your rowers. So we exhale forward and we inhale as we return back. So take a nice deep breath in. Last one. Okay, that's a nice one as well. Again, always just being very mindful of your back with that one. Chopping the wood is a lovely one. It's normally done squatting, but I find it quite difficult to squat because my feet don't actually come down to the mat. But we'll try it. If not, I think it's quite nice to do standing. But you have your axe in your hand. Inhale. If that doesn't suit you, maybe come up to a standing with your feet a little bit more than hip distance apart. A nice little gentle bend in the knee. I prefer this. And one more. Okay, and release. So there's another one. I'll turn sideways for this. This is a salutation squatting pose. So we start sort of in a squat with our hands at into prayer. And we're going to be bringing the hands forward as we exhale and then we inhale coming back. Okay, try and stay balanced. Exhale. If you have to put your hands down for this, that's fine. And one more. Coming back. Okay. It's good for the hips. All of these movements are wonderful for releasing blocked energy through your body, through your spine. Good for your lungs and your heart. And then we also have another one called the wind releasing pose. It's not a favourite of mine, again, because it's sort of squatting, but the idea is that you sort of hold on to your, under the arches of your feet. And as you exhale, you come up into, you're pushing through the knees and you're bringing the legs into a straighter position. So inhale, exhale, inhale. I actually can't hold on to my feet. I'm just going to put my fingers on the floor. So exhale, inhale. A bit like a sort of a frog movement. And one more. Okay, join me seated. So how energized do you feel? Some of those little different poses in that sequence you will prefer, maybe the churning or the chopping of the wood feels quite energetically releasing, like an emotional release. You don't have to do all of them, but it is a really nice little sequence to remember. If you're feeling very lethargic, a little bit run down, you could just do a couple of those just to boost you up, charge you up again. So we'll come to standing. Sometimes we can be very pent up with energy and we need to discharge. Let it go. So again, they can be lovely energetic balancing sequence. Just come with your feet about hip distance apart and we're going to have a gentle bend in the knee. Just start to sway. Let's slow down a little bit as we come into some sequencing. Notice if your sway is slow, whether you want to speed up a little. As you do, your arms will lift, come higher. And then we can just slow back down again. into a stillness. We're going to come into a forward fold. So a nice swan dive, just to stretch through our back before salutation. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Still listening to your heartbeat and your pace of breath. Just hang here for a moment in ragdoll. Holding onto your elbows if you wish, or just let the hands dangle to the mat. You can shake your head. And just feel that lovely stretch all the way from your tailbone, all along your spine, up to the head. Inhale gently and we'll come up, stacking our vertebrae. And rolling our shoulders. Okay, we're going to do a sun salutation followed by a moon salutation of the same style. So joining me at the top of the mat. The only difference is the legs go back differently and the crescent in the moon salutation. At your own pace, listen to your body today. Don't have to keep up with me. So hands to heart, deep breath in and exhale. Inhale, sun salutation to begin, folding forwards. Pause a moment and then lift the back, flatten the back, look ahead. Hands down to the mat in line with the toes, right leg back, coming down into low lunge, equestrian. Pause for a moment just to really open up through the hips, it feels good here. Down dog. Inhale, exhale, coming all the way down and back. Inhale to, let's do Sphinx. First gentle back bend. Take a moment here, just check in with the lumbar spine in this position. Notice if you're twingy, notice if it's taking a little while just to soften and relax. Try and bring the ears away from your shoulders. Notice the tightness perhaps in the buttocks, thighs, as well as the back. And then gently lower down, hands under the shoulders, back up into down dog. Nice slow movement, enjoying how the spine shifts. So here, lovely straight arms, flat, straight back, all in alignment, lifting up that tailbone. Doesn't matter if the knees are bent generously. It's all about that lovely straightness in the back. Okay, taking the left foot forwards. Gazing up, then feet together and sweep up. Other side, deep breath. Exhale, inhale and folding forward. As you work through these sequences, noticing if your body starts to feel a little bit more open and limber. Left leg back. And again, just pause. Let's balance this stretch through the pelvis and the hips, hip flexors, down dog. So really pushing that tailbone up to the ceiling. Strong arms, deep breath in, and then lowering and back. Inhale to cobra or sphinx if you need to come back to sphinx. Low cobra, you can always come here low. And then down dog. Right foot forwards. Gazing up, feet together, and sweep up. A lovely energizing Surya Namaskar. Pause a moment, we'll just take a breath or two before we come into Chandra Namaskar. Hold the hands to heart, close the eyes, and really feel that heartbeat going. Feels good, good to be alive. Okay, join me at the top of your mat again, and we'll go through a nice, more sort of fluid and floaty moon salutation. So hands to heart. Take a moment to ground. Feel the earth beneath your feet. And we'll take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, salute the moon. And folding forwards. Like you're moving through water, it's nice to slow this one down. Lift to the spine, look ahead. Left leg back, linked with the feminine side. Gently coming up when you feel steady into the nice crescent pose. Hands down, down dog. Pawamuktasana. Inhale, exhale, coming down. Flow into Bhujangasana. Up to Pawamuktasana. Right foot forwards. Arms coming up. Feet together. And sweeping up. And other side of moon salutation, deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. And folding forwards. Lifting the back. Hands down. Right leg comes back. Low lunge, raising the arms. Down. Down dog. Coming down and flowing through. Coming up. And left foot forwards. Raising the arms. And then feet together. Okay. So have a moment on your mat. And relax. Notice your heartbeat. Notice your breath. Where does the energy feel like it's moving in your body? Is it all over? Those two sequences, they're so lovely. They don't wear you out, but you can really enjoy and appreciate the movement in your body, the movement of your muscles, your joints, the lymph that's flowing around your body, the uplift in your cardiovascular system. Movement with your breath, the focus of your mind at the time of doing it. It's not thinking about shopping lists. You're aware of how your body is moving in that moment. Keeps you very present. It really is lovely. And to do the sun and the moon is very balancing for our masculine and feminine energies that flow through us. So let's draw knees in, right one then left one. Enjoy a nice rock. And the other way. Okay. We'll do a few bridge poses here, since we are lying down, and then we'll come up later for a self-salutation. So whilst we're here, bring your feet into your buttocks, about hip distance apart. Palms placed downwards by the side of your body. And gently aware of a slight engagement in the lower abdominal muscles and the pelvic diaphragm that we pull in on. Okay, and then we will come up with the flow of the breath and just calm the heart a little here. So when you're ready, inhale, push up, peeling your body away from the mat. Maybe a pause at the top. And then when you want to exhale, just start to roll down. Keep the tailbone and pelvis curl forward. And then just placing each vertebrae down, the lumbar And then as the tailbone connects, you feel the lumbar arch just lifting again. And then just keep going. Inhale, coming up. And then exhale, coming down. Trying to combine the breath length with your movement. Just like your body is flowing with your breath. Like a wave rolls up the beach and then down again. We'll do one more. Notice as you breathe out whether you can feel a little of ujjayi breath coming in here as the position of the neck and the throat. Just extend your legs now into Shavasana. Have a moment just to feel what flows, what you can tune into. Perhaps a little sensation on the soles of the feet where they've been pressing into the mat. Very activating for the kidney one acupuncture point, which is on the base of the foot, about centre, just under the ball of the foot. Okay, so draw knees in, enjoy a nice little rock, and then we will come to standing. One thing that is lovely about yoga is that you can be your complete self on the mat. We try and put the ego aside and not look at what other people are doing and how their postures look. It's really about how you feel in yourself, what it expresses for you, how it makes you feel, how you sit with patience or challenge or tolerance of postures. So with this self-salutation, as it is so named, I'd like you to just think of yourself as you just move through this. What you enjoy, what you don't enjoy, what feels good and what doesn't. So bringing hands to your heart centre at the top of the mat. We'll take a nice deep breath. And as we release the hands down, we're going to step back with the right foot into Virabhadrasana 1. Warrior 1. We bend into that left front knee and it's directly over your ankle. Your back foot is just at a slight angle as you come into this lovely warrior pose. Lift up as if someone's got a cord from the top of your head, the crown, pulling you upright. Try not to hunch the shoulders up to the ears. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. And just feel this lovely strong posture. Feel warrior-like. Very courageous, working with solar plexus. Open up into warrior 2. Taking your right arm back. Pausing here for a moment, noticing the difference energetically how this pose feels. Nice strong arms. And then we'll bend the elbow of the left arm as we come into Parsvakonasana, the lovely side lunge here. Try not to collapse the body forwards. Try and keep it lovely and open, looking under your right upper arm to the ceiling. Lovely stretch all down the side of your body, very enhancing for gallbladder. And then we're going to rotate the right arm down. Bend your left knee as we come into pigeon. And just creep your right leg back a little bit. Try not to rock over to the left-hand side. Your buttock will be off the mat, very likely. And keep your hips shining forward like headlights. Okay, take a few moments here. You might be very, very tense initially in the buttock, thigh and leg. So just give yourself a few breaths to release and soften. This is nice for your wrists and your arms. And then at any time, if you want to, come onto your elbows or all the way down, stretching the arms out and the forehead to the mat, taking whichever pose feels right for you. And just try and surrender. Try and let the muscles stretch gently and gradually. This is one of the poses where I feel we learn where we resist. And each time you come into the pose, it will feel different depending on what's going on in life. So in this pose today, are you in a surrendering, letting go mood? Or is there resistance and challenge, a feeling through the body? What emotions go along with it? Is it a tolerance of how long do I have to be here? Or is it an open curiosity of how this feels in your body? Okay, gently, let's come up onto our hands again. And ever so slowly from here, and it's really juicy to feel this movement into down dog. So turn the back toes under and nice and slowly feel how the spine has to move, how we free up through the hips and the pelvis to come into down dog. And so really encouraging the chest towards your thighs here. It doesn't matter if the knees are bent or the heels don't come down. It's more important to have that lovely length of energy through the back. Take a nice deep breath. And we're going to bring the knees down and just do a few crown rolls. Bring your forehead to the mat. Hands either side of the head and just inhale, roll up to your crown. And then when you're ready, exhale back to your forehead, your third eye chakra. And once more. Thinking about your spiritual self, your intuition. And then just take yourself into child's pose, either with your hands by your feet or your arms extended in front of you, whichever you would like to take. And you can rest your hands on your fists if you wish. In this lovely little compressive ball that we've taken, this pose. Just breathing deeply against your thighs. And just following where your breath moves into your back and how it all moves and opens up. Okay, just gently, hands either side of the head, and then we'll lift up slowly so we don't get any dizziness. While we're here, we'll turn the toes under, stretch through the plantar of our feet, and then we'll come up to standing for the other side. How are you feeling about yourself? Let's just finish off with balancing through the other side. So hands to heart. Take a deep breath in. And as we release, we'll take that left leg back into Warrior One. Virabhadrasana 1. Let the shoulder blades roll down the spine rather than reaching up to the ears. Opening into Warrior 2. How does it feel different? Grounding through your feet. And then side lunge, Pasvakanasana. Rotating the arm down as we come into pigeon. Bend your right knee, placing the right foot, just resting it in front of the left thigh. Take a few moments here just to explore the feeling this side. It might not feel the same as the other side. It's always interesting to notice differences. Come onto your elbows if you wish. And allow everything to just deepen and stretch a bit more. Witness your thoughts here. Be that conscious observer of everything that's going on. We so often get wrapped up in the journey of our day in our life, and to stand back every now and then and just think, what am I thinking? Being that observer of everything that's going on and not attached to the drama or the scenario. Okay, lifting up and very slowly enjoying down dog. Turn the back toes under. Coming up, feeling that lovely release of everything that starts to move around the body again. Deep breath in. We're going to lower down to the knees, forehead down for 2 crown rolls. Thinking of crystal clear quartz as you roll to crown and to your third eye. Tuning into the divine, whatever that means for you, whatever you feel created everything, created you, and then rest yourself back into a variation of child's pose that you enjoy. Maybe taking the knees wide this time and just resting the arms out. Deep breaths and enjoying your body, enjoying being yourself in yourself after that self-salutation. Lift up the head slowly and then just turn yourself onto your back. Have a moment into Shavasana and just explore the after effects of that little sequence. Have a few moments just to observe what you've learnt. Any revelation, any kind of light bulb moment that came to you. It's interesting how we go through life and all the experiences that we have to have. Had they been at all different times in our life with all different levels of knowledge and experience, I wonder how we would have handled them. What we understand when we're 12 is so different from when we're 18. And if your older self could have told those 2 younger selves any wisdom, would they have taken it? Was it right, perhaps, to go through these experiences in life and learn through experience rather than through just knowledge? It's always curious how your body responds to what you're learning in the moment. So draw the knees in, have a nice little rock. And then we'll come up to seated. Let's have a few stretches here. It's interesting. I've returned to reading one of the very old books connected with yoga, the Bhagavad Gita, which is a book that all yoga teachers will often read. And how just listening to or reading certain things, it just filters through your day and what you're sharing. So just coming into this nice wide-legged position, sit bones connected to the mat, and we'll inhale, take the arms up, and exhale, just come forwards. In Hatha, we have a nice straight back, nice flat back. If you can have a little bit of engagement and a flex into your feet, you'll start to feel a deeper stretch through the inner legs. And just use the breath here. Inhale, you'll feel your body lift ever so gently and naturally, and on the exhale there's that movement. Take a breath and we'll come back up we'll bring the left foot into the centre and come into a very gentle twist to the side. So turning to face your right foot now. Inhale, arms up, a lovely length to your spine, and then folding forwards. Noticing the difference that you feel here. You're going to get stretch into the left side of your body. Just let your hands float down wherever they want to. Is your right knee tense? To see if you can relax all the extra tension that we hold. If you can reach your foot and hold onto your foot, that's nice. And take a breath. We'll come up. We're going to come into a reverse, like a reversing twist of this posture. So what we will do is we will rest the right hand on the inside of the right knee. Inhale, take your left arm up and turn to gaze at your left hand. And then gently we will just lean over to the side, a little bit like it's like a bit of a ballerina sort of feeling here. You might not come down very far, but just feeling that different sensation in the side of your body. And then we'll gently come up. Okay, swap your legs over, bring the right foot into the centre. And we'll just repeat that. So knowing what we're going to do is just tuning into how it feels in the side of your body. So turn towards your left foot. Inhale, really raise through the spine as we come here, and then forward fold. If you can reach your foot, great, with your hand. Don't worry if you can't. So you can feel that lovely stretch into the side of your body, and it might be kind of more lower area around the waist. Take some deep breaths. And then we'll lift up as we breathe in. And then we're going to do the reverse, that kind of revolved posture. So left hand rests with the palm up on the inside of the knee. Inhale, right arm up and over. And so here, just feeling the different sensation, still perhaps around the waist, but a little bit more up where the right ribs are. And gazing up under your upper arm to the ceiling. Deep breaths. Try not to hold your breath. Just let the breath flow. And then lifting up. Okay. Take Shavasana. And how does that feel? Wag your tail if you need to. Rock the pelvis. And just noticing where you're feeling it in the body. If you need to counterpose, just notice if your body needs to come into the opposite direction. You could come into fish if you wish, just for a breath or two. So palms face down, slide them under the buttocks, tuck the upper arms underneath the body, and then bending at the elbows we come up. Just creep your feet forwards. Take your head back if there's strength in the neck. Lift the chest. Just a few moments here will often balance out the sensation in the spine. Inhale, looking back towards your toes, and then just lower down. And then just experience Shavasana and notice how that feels in the lower back. It feels like it gives you a bit more balance when you've been in postures that are forward folding. Okay, now time to relax. So either staying lying down, or if you want to roll up to seated, you can do. It's time for you to let the body rest, but keep the mind aware. Pop on some warm things. Let yourself get comfortable. And just settling gently. So as you relax, I'm just going to allow you to rest. I have a suggestion that as you just lie there in your own thoughts, I'd like you to maybe just come to the mantra so and hum. As you breathe in, just mentally say so. And as you exhale, hum. So hum means I am that. So as you say it, I am that, I am that, I am. It's a very lovely Vedic mantra. It's a very old Vedic mantra. So if you wish, just say, carry the so, hum, till your mind wanders, and then just come back to it. So, hum, I am that. Try and clear the mind just so that you focus on this mantra. And as you continue mentally with this mantra, you'll notice the breath sounds like so and hum. Another lovely thing to focus on. Notice if the mind wanders and just return to so hum if you wish. When the thoughts come in, just push them away like a passing cloud. So very gently, notice the thought that you just had, whether you were still with so hum or whether the mind had taken you somewhere. It's always a lovely one to return to throughout your day. You don't have to be on your mat. If you're finding yourself getting agitated, standing in a queue somewhere, just so hum. It's a very restoring practice to just bring you back to a very harmonious balance. So very gently, just starting now to wiggle fingers and toes. Take a deep breath. Maybe a long sigh. Feeling good. And then you can just start to move, whether it's a long stretch or hugging knees in. How excited or resistant are you to come back into your day? Do you always feel like this, or is it different days? Could you stay on your mat longer? Maybe you need a little rest later on if you do. So in your own time coming up, joining me seated, we will chant our 3 Oms. Trying to focus when you do your Om on the AUM rather than an OM sound. Let that feeling, try and tune into how it resonates in the chest, into sort of around your heart and solar plexus area from the A, and then the U comes into the throat sort of area. You'll feel it. There's a kind of a ripple of sensation that flows through you when you Om. So joining me, Chin Mudra. Nice deep breath in. And then just that silence, feeling the sensation. And then rubbing our palms together. The Om is the only, as I'm told, sound that we can make without the use of our tongue. And then warm palms over the eyes. And then just letting the light through, blinking, and bringing hands to heart. Om Shanti. Namaste.